Hi there, guys. Good to be back with you again. We've got the Tigers and the Red Sox here today. The Tigers are also moving their way up into contention. The Red Sox kind of faltering. The Yankees have been losing. So here we go. It's Red Sox at 18-14 or 18-12. The Tigers at 18-14. This should be a good game. Hoot Evers comes up there and takes a strike from Chuck Stobbs. 0-1 the count, and he then takes the ball. It's 1-1 now on Evers, and that's outside. 2-1 the count on Hoot. There's a little ground ball over to third base. Johnny Pesky has it, throws to first for the out, one away, and it's Paul Campbell now up there. He takes a ball, and then another ball. 2-0 the count on him. And that's lifted up and foul. 2-1 the count now on Paul. And there's ball 3 just off the plate. 3-1 the count. And there's another ball. This time it's too far inside, and Campbell gets the walk, and that'll bring up Vic Wirtz, runner on at first base for the Tigers. And there's a ball inside to Wirtz. 1-0 the count. That's low. 2-0. That breaking ball misses. It's 3-0 on Wirtz. Chuck Stobbs having some problems, and he gets the strike in there. 3-1. It's fouled just back. 3-2. Full count now on Vic, and that's another one fouled back. Full count remains. And Wirtz fights that one on off. That was a breaking ball in on the hands, and he fought that one off nicely and dumps it into right field for a base hit. And so he was able to get around on that one nicely. And here comes Bob Swift. Runners on at first and second here for the Tigers in the top of the first inning. No score, of course. Only one out, and there's a ball to Swift and a strike. 1-1 the count on him. Stobbs having some problems with his control, and there's 2-1. He's up to 20 pitches now, as that one's in there for a strike. 2-2 now to Bob. A little pop-up up the first base line. Hitchcock, the first baseman, goes over under it and grabs it for the out. 2 away, and it's Johnny Groth. Groth takes a fastball low for a ball. 1-0 is the count, and there's a little pop-up over to center field. Dom DiMaggio, little professor, runs over there. He's under it, makes the catch, and we go to the bottom of the first, and here comes the little professor. Hal Newhouser for the Tigers will be starting here, and he throws a strike there to DiMaggio, and then a ball. 1-1 the count. There's a line drive past Kell and into left field for a base hit. And so DiMaggio's on at the very beginning of this game as usual. That brings up Ted Williams. And you know what the front of this Red Sox lineup is like, as Williams takes the strike and then fouls one back. 0-2 the count now on the Splendid Splinter. Ted Williams with the .640 slugging percentage, .510 on base percentage, which is incredible. 2-2 now the count on Ted. And there's a fastball that just misses. It's a full count now on Williams with the runner on at first. That's fouled off. Count remains full. There's a high drive down the right field line, and that baby is gone, and he went the long way with that one. That is a home run that goes around what they would later call Pesky's pole and ride. Williams with the big home run, and that makes this a 2-0 game in favor of the Boston Red Sox. And here comes Vern Stevens. No one out here in the bottom of the first, and Stevens hitting .311. He has some power, too. He hits a little bouncer back to Newhouser, throws to first for the out, one away. It's Bertie Tebbetts now. That's a ball high to Tebbetts, 1-0 the count, and that's off the plate. It's 2-0 now on Bertie, and there's a little pop-up behind first base, and it's actually the second baseman, Barry, running over. He grabs that for the out, 2 away, and it's Tommy O'Brien up there next who takes the strike. And then swings and misses another one. 0-2 the count on O'Brien, and that's below the knees. 1-2 the count, and there's a breaking ball, and O'Brien can't do a single thing with it, and down he goes. We go to the top of the second, and it's going to be Johnny Lipon coming up for the Tigers. 2-0 Boston here, top of the second inning. Lipon takes the strike from Chuck Stobbs, fouls one back. Now, Stobbs has been having some problems with his control, so he throws the ball to Johnny. 1-2 the count. And that's another ball, 2-2 the count. The umpires may have it in for Stobbs, who's gone to another full count here. A little fly ball over to center field. DiMaggio's got that one for the out, one away, and that'll bring up George Kell. Strike in there to Kell, 0-1 the count, and there's one fouled off. It's quickly 0-2 now on George. It's fouled back, 0-2 it remains. And there's a ball in there to him, 1-2 the count now on Kell, and that one just misses. It's 2-2 now on George, and that one is a low, full count now on George Kell. And there's a swing and a miss on a third, strike, 2 away, and here comes Neil Barry. So Stobbs has walked one, struck out one. He's not pitching, though, in a way that's going to allow him to pitch for long. 0-2 the count now on Neil Barry. 1-2 as that one just missed. A little ground ball over to short. Stevens has it, throws to first for the out, and so we go to the bottom of the second inning, and it's Johnny Pesky. And he lines one off the glove of Campbell at first base. Campbell, though, recovers, slips over to Newhouser for the out. Pesky not running very quickly on that play, and it cost him one out here, bottom of the second, 2-0 Red Sox. Bobby Doerr up there takes the ball, and another ball. 2-0 is the count on him. It's hit over to left field, and Evers runs in, and slides, and just cannot get to that one. That's a single that bounces right in front of his sliding body. He stops it, and that prevents Doerr from going to second. And now the Red Sox have a runner on at first base with one out here in the bottom of the second, and that'll bring up Billy Hitchcock. Takes a strike inside. 0-1 the count on Billy, and there's a ground ball over to Barry. He flips over to Lipon for one, and he goes back to Campbell at first for the double play. It was a bad throw to first base, but Campbell was able to reach down and grab it. When we go to the top of the third, still 2-0 Red Sox. Here is Hal Newhouser, who takes a ball high from Stobbs, and then a strike in at the knees. 1-1 the count. That one misses low. It's 2-1 on Newhouser, and that's inside. The count now 3-1. Curveball breaks in there for a strike. Full count now on Hal, and that was just off the plate for ball 4. Newhouser will take his base, and that brings up Hoot Evers. Here is Evers with runner on at first base, and there's a strike in there to him, and there's a foul ball. 0-2 the count now. And there's the ball to Evers. 1-2 the count. There's another one in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-2. And that's a slider just low, so Evers has worked Stobbs to a full count. Stobbs already with 50 pitches, only top of the third. A little ground ball over to first base, and Hitchcock has it, throws over to second, and that one gets away from Stevens, I believe. Apologies for that. Still working off this cold. Stevens is unable to make that play at second, unable to catch the errant throw from Hitchcock, and that allows Newhouser to be safe. And the Red Sox now with a little bit of problem. Here comes Paul Campbell, who walked last time up, and runners are on first and second. There's a little bunt down the first base line that goes just foul. 0-1 the count now on Paul, and that breaking ball misses. It's 1-1. Little roller down the third base line, and Pesky runs over it, grabs that one with his bare hand, but he can't come up with it, can't really reach it, and that will load the bases here. Pesky having a hard time of it there. He didn't run hard enough on that ground ball that was off Campbell's glove in the bottom of the second. And here in the top of the third, he allows that ball to roll for a base hit. They're going to call that a hit, not an error. I really wonder about that call. And here comes Vic Wirtz, who has a single today. And there's a strike in there to Works. 0-1 the count, and a ball. 1-1 now the count on Vic Wirtz. That fastball misses. 2-1 the count, and that's fouled back. It's 2-2 on Vic. There's a shot down the right field line, just foul. Wirtz trying to do his best impression of Ted Williams. 2-2 the count remains, and there's a little little pop-up rather to Pesky, the third baseman, who catches that for the out, one away, and here comes Bob Swift. Bob Swift up there now. Red Sox still playing for the double play. Infield is back. There's a strike to him, and then a ball. 1-1 the count now on Swift. There's a ball outside. It's 2-1. There's a line drive between third and short. That's for a base hit. At least one will score. Here comes Evers around third, trying to go for home. And the throw from Williams is there. It's on the money. Tebbets makes the tag, and they get him. So the Tigers only get a single run out of that as Evers is thrown out trying to score. And there are runners now on first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. And it's Johnny Groth up there. Groth fouls the pitch back. 0-1 the count. And that's fouled straight back again as 0-2. There's a ball to Groth, 1-2 the count now, and a wicked slider, and Stobbs does not get the call, and Groth does not swing at it. 2-2 the count. That one's foul tip, but Tebbets can't hold on to it. Still 2-2. And there's a ground ball over first base. That is a fair ball, and that will score at least one. Here comes another man, Swift, trying to score. Throw comes in from O'Brien to Doerr on to Tebbets, and it is not in time, and that means it's a 3-2 game in favor of the Tigers, and this has happened very, very quickly here, top of the third. I told you that Chuck Stobbs didn't look like he was going to last long, and he's not. 1-1 now the count on Johnny Lipon. And there's a ground ball over to Stevens. The shortstop has it, throws to first for the out, but it's too little too late. We go to the bottom of the third. Now it's 3-2 Tigers, and here is Chuck Stobbs. Not taking him out quite yet, but he's not going to last much longer. We need him to go 5. 1-2 now the count on Chuck, and that's cut on and missed, and he will go sit down. 1 away, and it's Dom DiMaggio, who takes a ball high, fastball. Another ball outside, hitting 383. There's ball 3 to Dom DiMaggio. Let's see what he can do with this, and that's way outside, and he will take his base. I have said it before. I'll say it again over and over again. You don't want to walk anybody at the top of the Red Sox lineup because you have to deal with this. Here's Ted Williams. He hit a home run last time. Takes the strike, 0-1. There was a ball to him. 1-1 the count. And boy, that fastball goes right by Williams. That Newhouser fastball had him looking a little bit off balance. 1-2 as he tried to swing at that. 1-2 pitch is in. Throw to first, nothing happening. And there's a pitch away that Williams swings on and misses for strike 3. 2 away now here at bottom of the third, and it's Vern Stevens, who's also dangerous, and hits one deep to left, and that is just foul. deep to left field. He couldn't straighten it out. Pulled that one definitely, and that's inside on him. 1-1 the count now on Stevens. You got to be careful here. Remember, no batting helmets back then. 2-1. Here comes the pitch. It's a ground ball over to Campbell, and the first baseman has it, runs to the bag, and tags it for the out. We go to the top of the fourth inning. It's George Kell up there, and Kell takes a strike off the bat from Staubs, and then hits a fly ball over to Williamson left. He's got that for the out, one away, and it's Neil Berry now. Lots of similar names here. Dobbs, Staubs, they're all the same to me. 0-2 now the count on Berry. Ground ball down the third base line, just foul. 0-2 it remains. Ground ball to the left side is Stevens who has that. Makes the play, throws to first for the out. There's 2 away, and here is Hal Newhouser. And there's a ball in there to Newhouser. 1-0 the count. Fastball is up and in. It gets away from Tebbets. Doesn't matter. There's no one on base. It's 2-0, and now 3-0 as that one just missed. There's the breaking ball in there for the strike. 3-1 the count, and there's a little fly ball over to left field. Williams has that in front of the monster for the out, and we go to the bottom of the fourth. It's Birdie Tebbets. He hits the first pitch he sees over to Groth in center field for the out. 1 away. It's Tommy O'Brien up there now, hitting .227. 1-1 is the count on O'Brien. One of the problems the Red Sox have is the latter part of the lineup. As O'Brien hits a ground ball down to Lipon, makes the play and throws to first for the out. Pretty easy, 2 away. And here's Johnny Pesky. You need the whole lineup to hit if you really want to be good. They've got 3 guys who can hit, and Pesky lines one over to Lipon for the third out. First pitch swinging again. We go to the top of the fifth, and this is as far as I wanted Staubs to go. Here's Hoot Evers, and he hits a little fly ball over to left field. It's Stevens or Williams, and Williams ends up running over there, making that catch for the out, 1 away, and here comes Paul Campbell. A little bit of adventure out there in the field. Campbell now up there takes a ball, and then another ball, 2-0, the count. That one's fouled back. It's 2-1 now on Paul. Swing and a miss on the next one, 2-2 the count now. And there's a grounder to the right side of the mound. Dora has that, throws over to first for the out, 2 away, and that'll bring up Vic Wirtz. Wirtz up there takes the ball low, 1-0 the count to Vic, and that's another one low. It's 2-0. There's a slider in there for a strike, 2-1 the count. Breaking balls off the plate, 3-1, and Staubs loses him, and that's walk number 3 of the day. And I've told you, Chuck Staubs having a hard time with that control. Bob Swift up there now takes the ball, 1-0 the count. Ground ball over to third, and that'll be under the glove of Pesky for an error. Second error of the game by the Red Sox, and Swift able to get to first. Puts Wirtz up to second base, and that'll bring up Johnny Groth. Groth today 1 for 2. 227 is what he's hitting on the season, but that 408 on-base percentage is not too bad. There's a ball in there to him and a strike. 35 walks so far this season. We're nowhere near halfway through it. There's another ball in there to Johnny, 2-1 the count. Swing and a miss on that low pitch, and it's 2-2 there to him. And that is one in the dirt. Full count now on Johnny Groth. And Groth lays off of that one, talking about the walk, and he gets the walk, and that'll load the bases for Johnny Lipon, who's hitting better. And this is problematic. I wanted Staubs to get out of this inning. There's a strike in there to Lipon, and that's off the outside corner for a ball, 1-1 the count. And there's another slider in there for a strike. It's 1-2. It's a ground ball over to the left side. Stevens has it. Goes over to Bobby Doerr for the out. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Here is Bobby, and he takes the ball low, 1-0 the count. And that's down the middle of the play. 1-1 now the count on Bobby Doerr. That's high, 2-1. And there's one fouled up and back. 2-2 the count now on Bobby. Fouls another one off, remains 2-2. When I've got a cold, I can't talk. 2-2 the count again. There's a fly ball over to right field. Vic Wirtz has that for the out, 1 away. Billy Hitchcock is up there. There's a strike in there to Billy. 0-1 the count. And there's one fouled off. It's 0-2 now on Hitchcock. It's off the thumbs, just foul. 0-2 the count remains. And he fouls another one off again. 0-2. Ground ball over to the right side. Barry has that. Throws over to first for the out, 2 away. Chuck Staubs up there now. And as promised, we're not going to let him hit for himself. He has not been pitching well in this game at all. Lou Stringer, Al Zarilla is going to come in for him. That really is one of my go-to guys, and I'm still trying to think of what the right way is to put this guy into the lineup. I'm thinking, I know that this is a little bit unorthodox, but I'm thinking of putting him in, having him play right. Can he play right? Yeah, he can. He's not a great fielder, but maybe we put this guy in, have him play right. And Zarilla comes up there, takes a strike. Remember, this is the Sunday game, so next time the Red Sox play, we're going to have different lineups, and Zarilla ends up blooping that one into center field for a base hit, and he's got to get in the lineup. We got to change things up a little bit here, make sure that we have Zarilla in there so the Red Sox have just that little bit more power. Dom DiMaggio in there now takes the ball inside, 1-0 the count, and there's another one inside, 2-0 on DiMaggio, just like that. That's fouled off. It's 2-1. That's inside again. 3-1 the count now, and Dom. There's a comebacker back to Newhouser, and he throws over to first for the out. That'll do it. And so we go to the top of the 6th inning. Zorilla going to go play right field. I say it's unorthodox because it won't be that really nice switch that everybody wants to get, but we're going to eschew the nice switch in favor of just doing some sort of switch, and it's going to be Tex Hugson who will come in. I know we should look for the guy with the excellent relief durability, but we're not putting Dobson in. He's starting the next game, whether it's tomorrow or whether it's the day after. I haven't even looked to see. We're going to try our hardest not to overuse guys like that so that they can start games for us. And here comes Tex Hugson up against George Kell. George Kell, as you know, as he takes the ball, was the actual leading hitter in terms of batting average in the American League in 1949. 343, the batting average. And he hits a ground ball over to Stevens, who makes the play and throws to first for the out. Kell, for us, is hitting like 240. Here's Neil Barry. I thought that everybody would play exactly like they played in real life, right? This happens sometimes. 1-1 the count on Barry. A little line drive right back to Houston, the pitcher, who snatches it for the second out, 2 away, and it's Hal Newhouser. Newhouser will stay in this ballgame, takes the ball, 1-0 the count, and there's a strike. 1-1 now the count on Hal. Ball 2 just inside, 2-1 the count, and that one misses. 3-1 now on Newhouser, and there's a line drive base hit into right field, falls in front of Zorilla for a base hit, and that'll bring up Evers. 3-2 Tigers, top of the 6th. Evers takes the slider low, 1-0 the count. That's off the plate, it's 2-0. The ground ball to the right of Dewar, and he just doesn't reach that. That goes into the outfield for a base hit. So Bobby Dewar, good fielder, not able to get to that one. Runners now on first and second with 2 outs, top of the 6th. Paul Campbell up there, 3-2 Tigers. Campbell takes the ball, 1-0 the count. And that one gets away from Tebbets, and that's going to end up being a wild pitch. And both Newhouser and Evers are able to advance. Campbell's still up there now. Runners now second and third. And Houston mixes again, and we're going to go ahead. We'll walk Campbell intentionally. He takes the walk, and that'll bring up Vic Wirtz. I do that a little bit like holding and grasping onto my heart, not to mention my throat, to make sure it doesn't, get away from me. It's not easy to come up and then just like walk, a guy like that to get to somebody like Vic Wirtz, but we're going to do it here. Try to set up that force play. Here comes the lefty, and he takes a strike. 0-1 the count on Wirtz. And that's pulled hard between first and second. That gets by Dewar for a base hit. That'll score 2, and Campbell goes up to second. It's now 5-2. Strategy backfired, and here comes Bob Swift. Now, behind Houston, we don't have much, and Swift pops that one up to second base. Dewar's got that for the out. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. We probably will have to pinch hit, though, for Houston. Ted Williams up there hits a ground ball down the left field line, and that is a base hit, and he's going to wind up on at second base. And that's a double easy for Williams. He is 2 for 3, and that'll bring up Vern Stevens, who's 0 for 2. So that was fast for Williams as Stevens takes a strike and then fouls one back out of play. 0-2 the count on Vern. That's high. 1-2 now the count. That's line to the gap in right field, and that's a base hit for Stevens, and that'll score Williams, and it's a 5-3 ball game now. Here comes Bertie Tebbets. We're going to have Stevens run a little bit. There he goes, and that's into right center field. Stevens goes all the way over to third base just like that, and you know what we have to do. We've got to put in a pinch hitter. It's going to probably be Stringer. I'm taking a look here to see. I'm guessing we probably should take Dewar out of this ball game, and we probably will. We'll have Stringer come in to play second almost no matter what, unless he hits into a triple play here, I think, is the only thing that would stop this from happening. 1-1 the count now on Stringer. 1-2 as that's on the outside corner, and there's strike 3 called at the inside edge of the plate. 4th strikeout of the day for Hal Newhouser, and that'll bring up Johnny Pesky. Still runners on at first and third, 1 out. Now here's the question: what do? Do we bunt? All right, Pesky not a very good bunter. We don't want to do a hit and run. Tebbets doesn't have great running ability. Pesky takes the ball low. 1-0 the count. That one misses. It's 2-0. There's a strike to Johnny. 2-1 the count. And there's one inside fouled away. 2-2 on Pesky. It's hit to the right side. That goes by Campbell for a base hit. That'll score 1. We're going to keep Tebbets at second base. Pebbles is what I was about to call him. And it's it's that sort of day. You got a cold. You're like, your mind is out of it. You're like, I'm just trying to get this done. What is going on? Billy Goodman's going to come in. Maybe he'll come in here for Hitchcock playing first. Everybody's coming in this ball game. I really need to change this lineup. So Billy Goodman comes in and takes a strike. 0-1 the count. Runners on at first and second. There's a bounce over towards second. Barry's got that one. He flips over to Lipon for one. Back on to first, not in time. Goodman beats it out, and Tebbets goes over to third base. And that brings up Billy Hitchcock here, and he'll be taken out of this game in a second. 2 outs, and it's 5-4 Tigers with Red Sox on at first and third. 1-1 the count on Billy. 2-1 as that was high, and there's one smooked over to shortstop. Lipon has it, and he boots it, and that boot is a problem that allows the tying run to score, and the Red Sox have come all the way back, and it's now a 5-5 ball game, and here comes Al Zarilla. And it's a good thing we have Zarilla in right field, right? There's a ball in there to him, and he fouls one away out of play. 1-1 the count. That's high. It's 2-1. Number down first base line foul. 2-2 the count now on Zarilla. Popped up to the right side, out of Campbell's reach. 2-2 the count remains. And that was a check swing, and he went on that one, unfortunately for him. And now we're going to make our changes here. So we're going to go up to the top of, what inning are we in? The top of the 7th. And so now we have a whole bunch of changes here to make in the field. Stringer will play second. Goodman will play first. Hitchcock will come out. His spot in the lineup is going to end up being the pitcher's spot. We're not going to use Dobson. We're not going to use Harris, right? I can tell you just by, well, maybe we could use Harris, actually. I'm going to say, I'm just glancing at this. I can figure out who did a lot of the starts. Harris pitched once in relief in real life. He's pitched 3 times in relief so far in the game. He might actually be somebody to go for. It's either him or maybe Jack Kramer. Jack Kramer is the other option that we have. And probably Kramer. Let's go with Kramer. I think that's who we're going to go with here. So Jack Kramer will come in this game first, and we go to the top of the 7th inning, and here is Johnny Groth. Groth up there pops the first one back out of play. 0-1 the count now on Groth. And there's a hanging breaking ball high, hit deep to center field. DiMaggio goes back on that one and catches up with it for the out. 1 away, and here's Johnny Lipon. There's a fastball inside on Lipon, and he gets out of the way. 1-0 the count. Chases that next fastball outside. 1-1. Strike 2. That one was in tight again, and that one's a little bit too tight. 2-2 the count. 2-2 as he fouls that one back, and he holds up. It's a full count now on Lipon, and that's low and outside. Jack Kramer giving up his first walk of the season, and that will bring up George Kell. I was wrong. Kell's hitting 261, not in the 240s, only the 260s. There's a strike in there to George. 0-1 the count, and he pops that one up out of play. 0-2 the count now on George Kell. That one's inside on him. It's 1-2. A little pop-up over to right field. Al Zarilla is there for the out. 2 away, and here comes Neil Barry. And he will come out for a pinch hitter. It's going to be Aaron Robinson coming up. I think we saw Robinson the last time we saw the Tigers. There's the strike in there to him. And a ball. 1-1 the count now on Robinson. That's too far outside. It's 2-1. Ground ball over to third base, and it's actually Kramer is on it. The pitcher throws to first for the out, and they get him. And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Dom DiMaggio to lead this off, and it's a tied ball game, and this is who you want to have up when it's a tied ball game. DiMaggio 1 for 2 today, hitting 379. 2-1 is the count on him now. That's hit deep to center field, and that's actually just right at Johnny Groth. He's got that for the out as he was playing him deep, 1 away. Ted Williams comes up now hitting 368. His average has been improving as we've been going along. Splendid Splinter takes a strike and then fouls one back. 0-2 now the count on Williams. He's only struck out 12 times in this season so far. And make that 13 as Newhouser put the heat right on by him. And Williams had nothing that he could do with that one. 2 away, and here comes Vern Stevens hitting 312. There's a ball low. 1-0 the count, and that's inside on Stevens. It's 2-0. Curve is high, 3-0 the count of Vern, and there's ball 4 outside, and that will bring up Bertie Tebbets. 104 pitches now thrown by Hal Newhouser. Probably not quite time to think about taking him out, but I tell you, if the Red Sox score, I think they will. 2-0 now the count on Tebbets, and that fastball's high, and it's 3-0, and he's going to take this. And Tebbets didn't even budge at that one. So you know, on Diamond Mine, if you haven't played it before, you see this choice number 5, take the pitch. You can tell your hitter to take the pitch. Sometimes he'll swing anyway, very, very rarely. That's what we just did there with Tebbets, and that brings up Lou Stringer 2 outs, so there won't be any bunt. 5-5 the score, and Stringer takes the strike. 0-1 the count. 375 he's hitting this season, but only after 8 at-bats. 0-2 on him. There's a ball tight, 1-2. That's inside for a ball, 2-2, and that is another ball. It will make this a full count. We can't take the pitch on a full count. See that? And he swings and misses that one. It strikes out. Newhouser has struck out 7. We go to the top of the 8th inning. And here is Hal Newhouser. You're going to keep him in. You're going to take him out. Let's see. They keep him in. What do you think about that? There's a ball in there to Newhouser. 1-0 the count. That's hit over to center field. DiMaggio's got it for the out. 1 away. Hoot Evers now takes the ball off the plate. 1-0 is the count on Hoot. There's a ground ball that goes over to Stevens, who makes the play, throws to first, 2 away. Paul Campbell now takes the ball and then another ball. 2-0 is the count on him. And there's a strike on him. 2-1 the count now on Campbell, and he swings and misses that next one. It's 2-2. And there's a line drive right to second base. Stringer's got it for the out. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and here comes Johnny Pesky. So Kramer's done his job. Going to come out in a second here. 2-0 the count on Johnny, and there's a line drive through to a left center field for a base hit. That now will bring up Billy Goodman. Now Pesky a good base runner. Billy actually a fairly good bunter. This is the question, hit and run or sacrifice, and I think we hit and run. And Pesky goes for second, and that pitch was swung on and missed by Goodman. But see, Pesky has the ability to steal the base, and he had that one wrapped up. In fact, the throw almost got away. It was a good play there by the infielder. That means Pesky's stolen 5 this season. He's only been caught once, as opposed to 8 for 13 in real life. It was Callaway who was there to back up Lipon. Otherwise, Pesky goes to third. So the potential go-ahead run is on at second base. And we'll see what happens. That was actually a pretty good play there by, or probably a pretty good call by us to have him running on that, because that takes away the double play possibility. And that means that Billy Goodman remains up there. Let's see what Billy can do. A little pop-up, and Newhouser is happy to see that. Lipon's under it for the out. Should have bunted with him. 1 away, and here comes Jack Kramer. Hold everything. Jack Kramer will be taken out for a pinch hitter. Merle Combs will come on. So it's not one of those crazy games, but we're treating it like it is. Combs hits one right in front of the plate, and boy, that's a really bad play. Swift grabs it, throws over to first base, and he pulls Campbell off the bag. Campbell tries to tag Combs and ends up missing him, and that error is going to end up going on Swift for the errant throw. You could have called that one either way, I think, and they're going to say that the throw was bad. Pesky goes over to third base. Regardless of who gets the error, I tell you, this was not a good play, not a good team play by the Tigers. And so bunting with Combs was definitely the right option, and here comes Al Zarilla. We'll just have him swing away. And he hits one deep to right field, and Wirtz goes back and makes the catch, and it's deep enough to score the runner. That will make this a 6-5 ball game, and that brings up Dom DiMaggio now with 2 outs and a runner on at first, and we'll see what happens. I tell you, if the Red Sox are able to get one more time out of this potent top of the lineup, then this game may end up becoming out of hand here in a second. DiMaggio takes a strike from Newhouser. Hal's still in there, and then a ball high, 1-1 the count, and 2-1 as that was low. There's a strike, 2-2, 2 errors on both teams. Fouled back by DiMaggio, still 2-2. That's a little bit high. That's ball 3, full count again, and there's a little fly ball over to Groth in center, and he's got it for the out. We go to the top of the 9th. Who's going to be your save man? Well, it's probably going to be Frank Quinn. I think it's either Frank Quinn or it's going to be Mickey Harris. I think we put Quinn in first, and we have Harris in the back pocket. So Quinn's going to go in. 2-0 so far this season, 6 appearances, and he throws a strike to Vic Wirtz, and Wirtz then hits a fly ball over to DiMaggio in center field. He's got that for the out, got a beat on it, 1 away. Bob Swift will come out. It'll be Pat Mullen. Pat Mullen, who will come in as the pinch hitter. Mullen takes a ball, 1-0 the count, and there's the second ball. 2-0 now on Pat, and there's a good job of framing by Tebbets. It's 2-1. Quinn then misses in tight, 3-1 the count. That's hit over into left field, ground ball for a base hit. And so Mullen, the pinch hitter for the Tigers, comes through. And never say never, because Detroit has a chance here on the road, playing against the Red Sox, who have such a formidable offense, but especially at home. And they're able to get something done here. So we're here in the top of the 9th inning. And the Tigers have Mullen on at first base, 1 out. Here comes Johnny Groth, and Frank Quinn throws a ball to Groth. 1-0 is the count. There's one foul back. It's 1-1. High and inside, 2-1 now the count on Johnny. There's a swing and a miss at that one. That was called a hit and run. I was trying to remember my English. That was called to be a hit and run, and that ends up being just a complete swing and a miss, and that forces Mullen to steal the base. So Mullen is successful at stealing the base and is in scoring position, and that keeps Johnny Groth up there now with the 2-2 count. Little ground ball over towards first base, and Goodman does it himself. Mullen moves over to third. I guess we could call that a productive out, but you have to realize that Mullen's run only means that the game would be tied and would be continued. The important thing here is not necessarily just Mullen, but rather also the man at the bag. And so Johnny Groth able to get it done, sort of, but there are 2 away now. Here's Johnny Lipon, who's over 3. He takes a strike. 0-1 is the count on him. Pop fly up to short right field. Zerilli goes in for it. He's under it. He makes the catch for the out, and that does it. And that's the end of the ball game. So 6-5 here is the final score. Red Sox end up winning this one, and that will at least be something positive for them. They've had a real hard go of it, but luckily for Boston, the Yankees have been having a real hard time as well. And so we'll see what happens. Hope you enjoyed this game. We come back tomorrow for more. And the fun and excitement just simply doesn't end here. Rain or shine, in health or in sickness, till death do we part. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.